Hello everyone, this is the real Sean Caffrey speaking, and today I'm going to be answering some of your questions regarding my new series, Sean's Next Big Adventures. First of all, if you don't know what the series is about, I decided to make it a mock preschool show, in that it will have some moments of audience interaction and share some themes from Nick Jr. shows that I remember, like Dora the Explorer and Blue's Clues. But it won't be as dumbed down as those Nick Jr. shows. There will be a lot more dialogue and less looking directly at the viewer and waiting for their response. If you know what I mean. So if you have any questions, just ask them here. Just drop a comment if I didn't go over them. So first, I have 3 questions from Sodor Railway Studios, and he asks, what has been your favorite episode so far? Oh, that's a very tough question, but for now, I might have to go with Charlie's Happy Hotel. In case you don't know, Hazbin Hotel is an independent series that somehow made it into the big leagues. I do enjoy Hazbin Hotel. Sure, some of the adult humor can be a bit much, but I can look past it because it is very well written. So I thought I'd try and incorporate that into my own series, but make it a bit more family friendly. So I thought instead of having Charlie open a hotel to redeem sinners, I would have her open a hotel that would make people feel better about themselves. And when it comes to having Molly from The Ghost and Molly McGee and Corn and Peg from, well, Corn and Peg, when it comes to them being members of staff, I guess, in the hotel, they were actually suggested by Jacob JCB, so shout out to him for helping with that idea. Also, since I was starting to get a bit more into the Sonic franchise, I thought, hey, Silver's always trying to right wrongs, so he might like to help out. Yeah. I also thought it was fun that Postman Douglas 2011, I think it is, who voiced Spencer the Painter from Balamory, he actually sang his own cover of Climbing Up My Musical Ladder. And thankfully, YouTube's copyright system was generous enough to let me use it. I also had fun including Bob the Builder and his can-do crew, and just writing for these characters in general is why I like this, is why I'm happy with this series. It's like what I've done previously with Sean's World, but expanded. Sodor Railway Studios also asks, this might sound a bit self-centered on my part, but which of my voice performances from the episodes I voiced in would you say I did the best job with? Good question. I wouldn't say that's very self-centered, but you're just asking for feedback. That's how I see it anyway. So far, considering my latest episode, Rory's Fuel Fumble, I would have to say your performances as Big Chris and Maxie in both Rory the Racing Car episodes. Although I do also enjoy your performances as Travis, Spud, and Fireman Sam. In fact, I enjoy everyone's performances here. But Sodor Railway Studios, you are, in particular, a very standout actor. And I hope to be like you someday. Anyway, yeah, those would be my picks. Big Chris, Maxie, Travis, Spud, Fireman Sam, and maybe even Henry, since you voiced Henry in Sticks and Stones, which is my version of Whistles and Sneezes from Thomas and Friends. And his third question, Jacob JCB also asks it, are there any characters who haven't appeared in the series yet that you plan on including in the future? He gave some examples like Little Red Tractor, a few more Sonic characters, or even Tug's characters. I'm not sure about Little Red Tractor. I might need to watch a few more episodes before I can decide on that. But Tug's characters are definite. I plan to write like 5 more episodes before moving on to season 2, and one of those episodes will be somewhat of a rewrite of Sunshine, the first episode of Tugs. So Soda Railway Studios, you'll get to voice Tencent because I believe you've expressed that you want to voice Tencent. So if you still want to, fine by me. If not, no bother. So yes, I will be including the Tugs characters, maybe a few more Sonic characters, and characters from shows that have characters that I've already included before. That sounds confusing, I know, but for example, so far I've included Rabbits Johnson and Arthur Sleep from Gigglebiz. I plan, hopefully, to include characters like Keith Fit, the Lost Pirate, Captain Adorable, and maybe even other Gigglebiz characters. I especially find the forgotten ones, like those that didn't make it to season 4 or 5, I find them very interesting, but that's for another time. Another example is I've included Luz and Amity from the Owl House. I might include Ida, King, Gus, and Willow. Otherwise, I'm not really sure. I might include the characters from Gabby's Dollhouse, but I'm not 100% on that front. And the last question for now is James the Parody Maker. And he asks, do you have a special episode planned? The honest but annoying answer is no, I don't. But if I were to have a special episode, I would include all of my voice actors voicing all of the characters that they have voiced up until that point. So, Ashley Menard, for example, would voice Bluey, Bingo, Marsha, and Cece from Bluey and Roy the Racing Car. And Jacob JCB will be voicing Thomas, Fimbo, Korn, and I believe he also expressed that he wanted to voice Spike from My Little Pony, I'm going to guess. So, yeah, those are the only plans for a special episode for the time being. I will get back to you if I have anything else planned. Anyway, I hope I've answered your questions. If you're still unsure on anything, feel free to drop a comment and ask anything. And until next time, I shall see you around.